What's 2 to the 4? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is? Come on. 16. Good. 16. Alright, so if we wanted to know 16 to get it back down into a smaller number, we can say that we will take the root of it. Okay, so you guys have seen square root before. Portia, what's the square root of 16? What times itself gets you 16?
4.
4, exactly. 4 and 4, right? So the square root of 16 is 4. Now since 4, we can take the square root of 4, that means that we can break down our 16 even more. We can say, what is the 4th root of 16? Okay? Which is essentially undoing math that looks like this. You're not necessarily going to know it's 2's, but we can figure it out, right? Something times something times something times something, all the same somethings, have to equal 16. So with these, you're kind of just going to have to play with a few numbers. They're not usually going to go up too high, too much higher than like 6 or 7 at the most, but most of the time they'll say 5 and below for these for you. But the 4th root of 16, so what times itself 4 times gives us 16? Okay, we said the square root of 16 was 4, so that's what's the 4th root of 16? 2, exactly. 2 to the 4th gives us 16. 2 to the 4th got us that 16. Okay? So we've got our square root sign. When we put that little number above it, we say the 4th root, or the 5th root, or the 6th root, whatever number. Okay? And we don't want to put it out to the side like this. It needs to go tucked up into that little space. So it is important how we write those numbers. Okay? You have to put it, tuck it. If you wanted to just kind of write it above, that works. But we cannot have it out next to it. Okay, that's the only stipulation. Alright, so 16 in this case is the radicand, and 4 here is our index. So we have our radicand and our index. Okay. And then 2, this guy right here, the answer, he's called the root. Okay. So just some terminology to make sure that we're all on the same page. We've got a radicand, we've got the square root sign, and 4 is our index, and then our root is 2. Okay. This right here is called our radical sign. Okay. Our funny looking thing is our radical sign. When we say the square root, okay, so we really shouldn't call that the square root, because the square root means that there's an invisible 2 up there. If you never see, you're never going to see the 2. He's always invisible. You can put that away. No attitude, please. Just put it away. Bam, you need to pick that up. Jamaica, you need to pick that up. That's not an appropriate response. Alright, so the 2 is always going to be invisible, like it is here. Invisible 2. Right. I need all eyes on these 145, please. Alright, 2. So our radical sign, we have our radicand, our index, and our root. Any questions on those? Alright, so let's start practicing some of our simplification. Alright. First one, Jamaica. We have the 4th root of 81. So one way to think about a 4th root is you know that you're going to have 2 square roots multiplied together, right? Okay, so the square root of 81, Jamaica, is 9. What's the square root of 9? 3. So the 4th root of 81 is going to be what, Jamaica?
81 plus 3.
I didn't say multiply. We said we're going to take 81. The way that it works, if you want to do a fourth root, you can break it down into 2 square roots. Okay? Hold on. So if we have this 81, big 81 right here, and we take the square root of 81, what are the 2 numbers that multiply together to get 81? 9 and 9, exactly. So now, since I only have 2 hands, I'll use this one. So 9. Now we need to take 9 and break it down into its 2 numbers that make 9. So what's the square root of 9? 3. So what is the fourth root of 81? What times itself 4 times is going to get you 81? What did we just figure out? If 9 times 9 gets us 81 and we break 9 down even more, we said 9 and 9. We said 9 goes into 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. So the fourth root of 81 would be what? What would the fourth root of 81 be? Well, based on the math we just did, and we said the fourth root means a number to the 4th power will get us 81. So what number to the 4th power will get us 81? Mika, we just did the math. Please look up here and figure it out. 3, exactly. So the fourth root of 81 is 3. Okay? Third roots are a little bit more difficult because we can't break it down quite like that. You're just going to have to do the math and figure out what number 3 times is going to get you a number. Fourth root, you can break down into 2 square roots and then 2 more square roots. 1, 2, 3, 4 for this 4th index right here. Okay? So, Damon, for the third root of 27, we said third roots are a little bit harder because we're just going to need a number times itself, 3 times. So how are we going to figure out the third root of 27? Which pencil counts? 3? Why 3? How? 3, what? 3 times 3 times 3. Good. So 3 times 3 got you, what's the first 2? 9 times 3 got you 27, exactly. So 3, there's not really a trick. You just have to do the math. You might just want to do 2's first, then 3's, then 4's, and figure it out. Okay? The third root of 8. So Portia, the third root of 8. What times itself gets us 8? 2, exactly. So that one breaks it down. What if I said the third root of 64? Destiny? Exactly. So the third root is 4. Exactly. 4. 4 times 4 got us 16 times 4 got us 64. Okay? So the third root of 27 will always be 3 because 3 cubed is always 27. Right? Same with the 8s, 2 and 4. Okay? The third root of 125. Jamaica, the third root of 125? 5. Why 5? Okay, it's not about necessarily divisibility. It's about multiplying by itself, right?
I know what the kind of how I got there was.
Okay, so we did say some of this you're going to have to work through, and it's sort of going to be a guess. And we follow the pattern. We did 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Good. So, those ones. Last but not least, we've got the square root of 16. Devon, what's the square root of 16? 4. Thank you. Alright, so there are our roots. Okay? How about the third root of 1, Destiny? It's a little complicated on you. The third root of 1. What's the third root of 1 going to be? 1. Good. I see Portia. Portia, she's just dying over there. 6,020, 270. What's the 6,270th root of 1? 1, exactly. So no matter what number we put up tucked into that radical sign, if the 1 underneath if there is a 1 underneath, it'll be a 1 on the outside. So if you guys see 1s, you can just jump up and down for joy. 1 1 to the 5th, 1. 1 to the 627, 1. The third root of 1, 1. Okay? So 1s are easy peasy. Alright? So let's flip our page, 146. We've got our order of operations with exponents and roots. So we had to understand roots before we could do our exponents and our roots. Okay? Because as we see, the roots are breaking down our exponents. So to undo an exponent, we have to be able to take a root, to use a radical sign. Okay? So, our order of operations, we said first we start with our parentheses inside our symbols of inclusion. Pencil down, please. Come on. Start with our symbol of inclusion. Shamika, pencil down, please. Down, not just in your hands. Down. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so we start with our inclusion, our parentheses, our brackets, anything you see inside of a set of these guys, you have to do first. Okay. Our second, P, E, is exponents. So if you see a number with an exponent or a number here, we know that goes second. Okay? This is just a random number. Okay? So, see one of those two, we know that needs to go second. What comes third? Mika, what comes third? After we do exponents, what would we do? Multiplication. Good. So we've got multiplication, then division, and addition and subtraction. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Right? Alright, so now that we've figured out our order, let's do an example. Our first example, we've got 4. Alright, kind of ran out of space. Come on, start me off. What do you want to start with here? Parentheses. So, take care of my parentheses for me. Okay, which is what? 9. Alright, so Damon took care of our parentheses. You can leave it at 9. What happens with this 4, Damon? It goes right next to it, right? When it's sandwiched up next to it, you remember what it means? We're going to multiply. So he's going to do the 36. So he took care of that little part for me. Alright, Portia, what do you want to do next? Sorry? He's taking care of
Plus 2.
this. Plus.
Hold up. Give me what?
Do not write in your book.
Well, I gotta see a pencil.
Do not write
I
in your
gotta
book.
see a pencil. I can't just do it.
You can see some of this in your head. We need to start being able to do it in our head. I put it up there for you, Portia.
Okay. Multiply.
Hold on.
You already multiplied it.
What have I done
Well,
so
let's
far?
divide then.
What have I done so far? I've only
You need the
taken care of parentheses. What's next? Exponents. Do you see any exponents?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you see exponents? The third root. Say it. Say it. The third root.
The third
Root.
of 27.
Okay, whole thing again. The third root of 27. Say the whole thing. The third root of 27.
The third root of 27.
Thank you. Alright, what is the third root of 27? Well, start. Is it 2? 3. It's 3. Okay? So that's minus sign stays with this guy. Okay? So Portia, take care of all of the exponents for me. Take care of 1. Sure? It's the only radical sign. There. So 2 what? 2 to the second power. So I need to do plus 4. Good. Alright. You're off the hook. You took care of E. Alright, so Destiny, you're up next. Do we have any M's left? Nope. Jamaica took care of an M. Or no, Damon took care of an M for me. So we'll check him off. What about D? Portia, eyes up here, please. And you get it? Alright, so let's drop this. Plus 6. Right? Alright, so she took care of our division. Now, Jamaica, what's next? We gotta add. So what do you want to add?
Oh, can you see all this? 12 and 27.
12 and
12,
27?
add 12 to whatever you just did last.
Why 12?
Because it said 12 right there.
We've taken care of this 12 too. We've got everything on the top row simplified into this right here.
Well, add something, whatever you want to add.
Yep, you tell me. What do I want to add?
Plus 4.
Plus 4 to what?
Oh,
Well, that's what I need you to tell me. 2, 36. And what do you get? Six plus 4 is no. 6 plus 4. No, don't give it to her. 6 plus 4. Jamaica. 6 plus 4 is what?
I don't know.
Figure it out. 10. So carry the 1. And you get 36 plus 4 is? No. In your head. Stop, Portia. Jamaica. What's 36 plus 4? I need you to do it in your head. You gotta practice that. Pencil down, please. 36 plus 4. If you need to use your fingers for a little while, that's totally fine. We need to practice in our head. You don't, but you have 36 in your head. 36. Use 4 fingers. 36 plus 4 would be what? Okay, 40 or you don't know? Which one is it? Which one is it?
Which one you want?
Whatever is correct and whatever you know the answer to be.
I don't know.
Figure it out, Jamaica. 36 plus 40. You can do this math.
40.
40. There we go. Right, now what do we do next, Jamaica? You need to take care of all of the addition. So we have 40. What's next? And up here. So we took care of this 36 and the 4. What else is plus that's left? Do not write. Put your pencil down. What else do we have that's plus up here? Eyes up here, Jamaica. What else is plus up here?
The 3 and 6.
What else are pluses? What has a plus associated with it?
The 3 and the 6.
What's next to the 3?
A minus sign.
A minus sign. So that one's actually
I don't know. Negative 3.
not necessarily negative, but what's left?
You add the 3 and the 6 and take away.
Okay, this minus stays with the 3. So that means that that's part of our subtraction. Please leave my basket alone. I need your eyes up here.
Oh, so it's going to be 1 plus?
It's going to be, we have the 40. We took care of the 36 plus 4.
What
What is the other, hold on, what's the other plus that's left, Jamaica?
The plus 6.
The plus 6. So what's 40 plus 6?
I don't know.
Do it in your head.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Jamaica, you can.
In your head.
40 plus 6. You have a 0 at the end, and you add 6 to it. What do you get? You need to practice. 46. There it was. 46. So now she took care of this plus 6. So she's taking care of all of our addition. So Damon, that brings us back to you. Do we have any subtraction left? Yes. So what do I want to do? 46. Subtract 3, and you get what, Damon? 43. Good. So when we simplify that whole problem, our answer is 43. Okay? So, practice problems, A, B, C, D. So you guys do those. I will look at them, and as soon as you've got them complete, I will check you off. So, practice problems, A, B, C, D.